Today I want to talk about holding on. When is the right time to hold on and when is the right time to let go? Now there are two extremities. So on one hand you have a case or you have a person where he or she holds on and does not let things go. On the other hand, you have someone who lives so freely and nothing affects the person or nothing influences this person's emotions at all. So you have two very separate and very dynamic ends. What we want to do is be in the middle. And the thing you need to understand about being in the middle is that it's constantly moving. It's an equilibrium, which means you cannot be all holding on too tight, or you cannot be also so free and easy that nothing concerns you anymore. So this middle point is not a fixed point, but it moves depending on situation. Now, if you are on this end, the extreme end, where you are constantly holding on to things, that's not healthy. Not only is it not healthy, it will literally affect your health. Me, for example, I get stressed up very easily. So stressed up could mean that I am thinking of things and I can't let go of certain things. So what that happens is my stress level increases and I can't sleep. When I can't sleep, then I get stressed. And then you know how all sicknesses start from stress, right? So this is the inability to let go. Whereas we have one person here that is so free and easy that he has chosen not to accept emotions. He has chosen not to accept feelings. The disadvantage of being this person is you're not really human. Human beings are given feelings for a reason. And if you choose to be that person that zeroizes your emotion, then you pretty much aren't human. And how that works is, for yourself, it's very hard for you to grasp reality, because to you everything is temporary and nothing affects you. To your friends, it could mean that they don't take you seriously. It could mean that they don't really come to you for personal advice because they think that you live such a carefree life. And how would that influence you in the future? You can't live. If you choose not to feel, then it's as simple as you can't live. So now how do we bring these two into equilibrium, into the middle point where we are able to accept certain things and to let go of certain things? So the topic today is acceptance. Acceptance means coming to terms with a situation or an event. This is what acceptance is not. Acceptance is not sweeping things under the carpet. Acceptance is not pretending everything is okay. What acceptance is understanding for this period in time, this situation has happened to you. Maybe not a good one, well, usually not a good situation. But you learn to accept that for this season you are in this period. Does it mean that this period will go on forever? No. But you must have the grace to understand and accept that in this season of life, this is what you're going through. The grace to accept situations. Acceptance could mean for people, understanding that people are not perfect. That's a lesson for me. Understanding that you are working with people that have flaws and that people are bound to step on your boundaries or step on your tail. understanding that we are all imperfect and there is still a need for us to have community. So that's acceptance about people. One of the other things I want to really focus on is acceptance in terms of time. Now, there will be seasons in your life that seem longer than others. You have to recognize that it's a season, which means things cannot just turn around in a day. Things may take a longer period of time than you are used to. And to acknowledge that you need that grace to go through that extended period of time. That is so important. So yeah, in terms of acceptance, is learning to live with what you have, not denying that the things are there, at the same time still having the hope that your future or the next day, next week will be better. What is one thing in your life that you are struggling with to accept? And as I close, I realize I need to bring up the point about self-acceptance. Now, too often we run our lives based on what we think other people think about us. Like, I need to be a good co-worker, I need to be a good daughter, this is what society thinks of me, therefore I must be that. I need to be a good friend according to this group's definition, I need to show up for meetings, I need to do this and that. But can we stop for a moment and think? Do we accept ourselves as we are? Do you accept you? Do you accept the things you're good at? The things you're talented at? Do you accept the things you're not good at? The things you failed at? Do you accept the things you love? And do you accept the things you hate? Now, self-acceptance becomes very crucial because when we learn to accept ourselves and stop fighting, we become better people. When we become better people, we get to be better friends, better neighbors, better colleagues, and generally the world becomes a nicer place to live in. So, what are you struggling with today that you have to learn to accept about yourself? Think about it, write it down, and take deep breaths and see if this week you can work on that. Work on accepting that one thing that you are struggling with.